Rain poured down on the crowded downtown street as Ray Benson stepped out of his black Mercedes, phone pressed against his ear. I don't care what the board thinks, Marcus. Close the deal by Friday or find another job. He ended the call with a sharp tap, his leather shoes splashing through puddles as he approached a small fruit stand squeezed between towering buildings. The seller, a young woman with kind eyes and worn clothes, smiled at him despite the chaos around them. Fresh apples, sir. Just came in this morning. Ray barely looked at her, tossing a $20 bill on the wooden counter. Keep the change. He grabbed an apple, set down his black wallet to answer another call, and disappeared into the rain-soaked morning without a backward glance. Aria watched the expensive car vanish into traffic, then noticed the wallet sitting exactly where the stranger had left it. Her heart jumped. She picked it up with trembling hands, glancing around to see if anyone was watching. Inside, thick stacks of $100 bills stared back at her, more money than she'd seen in her entire life. Her mother's medication cost $2,000. They were 3 months behind on rent. This wallet held enough to solve everything. Her friend Maya leaned over, eyes widening. Aria, oh my God, that's like $10,000 at least. Just take some. He's clearly rich. He probably won't even notice. Aria's hands shook as she closed the wallet. No, my mother always told me that stolen money never brings peace. What's not mine won't fix what's broken. She pulled out a business card tucked between the bills. Ray Benson, CEO, Benson Tech. I need to find him. Maya shook her head in disbelief. You're crazy, but that's why I love you. Inside the glass tower of Benson Tech, chaos erupted on the 42nd floor. Ray tore through his office, yanking open drawers and flipping cushions. Where the hell is it? His assistant Liam stood frozen by the door. The Nakamoto files were in that wallet. Confidential acquisition documents. If those get leaked, we lose a $3 billion deal. Sir, I've called security. They're checking every floor and... The receptionist's voice crackled through the intercom. Mr. Benson, there's a young woman here. She says she found your wallet. Ray's head snapped up. Send her up, now. Minutes later, Aria stepped into the massive corner office. Her simple dress a stark contrast to the marble floors and floor-to-ceiling windows overlooking the city. She clutched the wallet against her chest, suddenly aware of how out of place she looked. Ray stared at her, recognition flickering in his eyes. The fruit seller. He crossed the room in 3 long strides. You have my wallet? She extended it toward him with both hands. You left it at my stand this morning. He snatched it, immediately checking inside. Everything was there, every dollar, every document. He looked up at her with something between shock and suspicion. You could have kept this. There's over $12,000 here. I know, Aria said softly, but it wasn't mine to keep. Why? The word came out harsher than he intended. Do you have any idea how rare that is? People would kill for this kind of money. Aria met his gaze steadily. Maybe, but I'd rather sleep peacefully knowing I did the right thing than lie awake wealthy and ashamed. Ray pulled out an envelope from his desk drawer, stuffing it with cash. Then take this. A reward. You earned it. She stepped back, shaking her head. I didn't do it for a reward, Mr. Benson. I did it because it was right. That's payment enough. Before he could respond, she turned and walked out, leaving him standing alone with his wallet and a feeling he couldn't quite name. Respect, confusion, something deeper. That night, Ray sat in his penthouse staring at the wallet on his desk. Her words echoed in his mind. I'd rather sleep peacefully. When was the last time he'd slept peacefully? When was the last time anyone had said no to him? He picked up his phone. Liam, I need you to find out everything about the woman who returned my wallet. Quietly. 2 days later, Liam placed a thin file on Ray's desk. Aria Miller, 25, lives in a studio apartment downtown, works the fruit stand 6 days a week, single mother caring for her elderly mom who has stage 3 kidney disease. She owes 3 months' rent and over $15,000 in medical bills. Ray's chest tightened. She'd held $12,000 in her hands, knowing it could save her mother, and she'd still returned it. Get me the name of her landlord and her mother's hospital. Sir. Just do it. Within a week, mysterious things began happening in Aria's life. She returned from the hospital one afternoon to find a nurse waiting with an envelope. Miss Miller, there's been a mistake in your mother's billing. An anonymous donor covered everything. Your balance is 0. Aria's legs nearly gave out. What? Who? The donor requested to remain anonymous. They just left a note. The nurse handed her a small card. Your kindness created ripples. This is one of them. Tears streamed down Aria's face as she clutched her mother's hand. Mom, someone's watching over us. That same week, her landlord knocked on her door with an apologetic smile. Aria, good news. The building was purchased by a new owner, and they've forgiven all back rent for tenants in good standing. You're clear. Aria couldn't believe it. First, the hospital bills, now the rent. She pressed her hands together, looking up. Thank you, she whispered to whoever was listening. Outside in his car, parked across the street, Ray watched through tinted windows as Aria's apartment light glowed warm against the evening sky. A small smile crossed his face before he drove away. 3 weeks later, Aria returned to the business district, this time delivering a fruit order to Benson Tech's employee lounge. As she arranged apples in a basket, she overheard two staff members talking nearby. Did you hear? Mr. Benson paid some girls' hospital bills, like 15 grand, just like that. That fruit seller who returned his wallet. He even bought her apartment building. Crazy, right? Aria's hands froze. The apple she was holding dropped, rolling across the polished floor. Her heart hammered as pieces clicked together. The anonymous donor. The timing. She didn't think, just walked straight to the elevator and pressed 42. Ray looked up from his computer as his office door burst open. Aria stood there, chest heaving, eyes glistening with unshed tears. Why? He stood slowly. Aria, why would you do all that behind my back without even telling me? Her voice cracked. I thought it was a blessing. I thought. It was a blessing, Ray interrupted, walking around his desk, just from someone you didn't expect. But why? She stepped closer, anger and gratitude and confusion swirling in her voice. I didn't ask for your help. I didn't want your pity. It wasn't pity. His voice dropped lower, more vulnerable than she'd ever heard. You did something decent when you had every reason not to. You reminded me that not everyone has a price, that kindness still exists. He ran a hand through his hair. I didn't want to embarrass you with some grand gesture. I just wanted to help someone who'd help me see clearly again. Aria's anger dissolved into something softer. You already thanked me. The moment you didn't question my honesty, you gave me something more valuable than money. You gave me respect. Silence stretched between them, charged and tender. Ray took a hesitant step forward. I don't want to just thank you anymore, Aria. I want to know you, really know you. A smile broke through her tears. You already do, Mr. Benson. Ray, please, just Ray. She laughed, wiping her eyes. Okay, just Ray. 6 months later, a new sign hung above the small fruit stand that had started it all. Aria and Ray's Fresh Market, built on honesty and love. Inside, Ray helped arrange produce while Aria handled customers, both laughing freely, in a way neither had before that rainy morning. Because sometimes one honest choice creates a ripple that changes everything. Money opens doors, but character opens hearts. And in a world that often rewards deception, the rarest treasures are found in simple acts of doing what's right, even when no one's watching. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Drop a comment below telling us about a time someone's honesty changed your perspective. And smash that like button to help us share more stories that remind us what really matters. Because your support helps us keep bringing you these heartfelt tales every single week.